Yo, yo, it's XP. We are back with another live stream. Give me just 1 second. I'm just setting everything up. We are going to be doing an hour of Fallout New Vegas, and then we're going to go straight into the Xbox Watch, well, Xbox Direct Showcase, or whatever you want to call it. Let me just get the game set up. Fallout New Vegas, yes. Game audio. Fallout New Vegas. Right. I need to figure out how I'm going to do this because I don't want the problem with my setup is everything will come in to play. I suppose what I could do. Give me a second. Right, where is? Right, let me set up the Xbox Direct. Right. Yo, Eternal, how's it going, man? Cheers for the share. Cheers for the share. I'm just setting up the screen real quick. Picture in picture. Oh, that's a bit too big. Alright, so there's the timer. I'm going to put that. Really and truthfully. Oh, I'm just trying to think how I'm going to do all this, man. Sorry, give me just one moment. No. Bro, what is pinging me? Chilling, bro. Just got home. No problem, dude. But yeah, I'm just going to be reacting. Well, I'm going to be playing Fallout New Vegas, but I'm also going to react to the Xbox Direct. But I'll be doing basically how this is going to work is I'm going to play this for about an hour. Once this is ready, then the thing is, I'm kind of recording Fallout New Vegas. If I could, can I crop? Hold up. Can I crop just the time? Is there a way that I can crop this real quick? I don't think there is, you know. Transform. Nope. Scale, blending. Alright. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hide it for now. And I'm just going to record. I've got the game. I've got the stream right where my OBS is. So I can see when the time is up. Once the time is up, we switch. And then I'm going to solely focus on the Xbox. Right. So yeah, that's the plan today. I'm gonna be honest. I'm actually quite intrigued to see what's gonna happen in the direct. But yeah, it's gonna be Fallout New Vegas. Gonna be doing some of this. Love the Fallout New Vegas. Right. If I remember correctly, what did I have to do for Jess? Not Jess, Cass. There's something I had to do. I know someone said that I nearly... Oh yeah, I had to level up a bit. Yeah. Alright, so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna level up a bit, so I can buy out Cass's caravan, and then I'm gonna go and get her as a companion. I am not gonna get her because Jesus. I didn't realise that's what would have... Well, I kind of had a suspicion that would have happened. I can't even lie. I can barely hear. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to announce. But this is what basically this is what my channel is going to be from this year. I'm going to stream as much as I can. I think video stuff I'm gonna, after Cyberpunk, Fallout New Vegas, Dragon's Dogma. Hold up, Cyberpunk, Dragon's Dogma, Fallout New Vegas. I'm only gonna record 2 games. I'm only gonna record 2 games and start putting them out. I've got too many videos to release, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think I've got about near enough 6 months worth of videos. Who's this?
I'm taking you down.
They killed.
Why would you get in my way? There we go. But yeah, good to see you, Eternal Man. It's good to see everyone. Well, even people lurking, I don't mind. But yeah, still got about 50 minutes, so we're just chilling today. We're just chilling today. In fact, I just remembered. Start recording. Let's go. Because you know, I never know with this game. Like, there could be some really funny moments, and I could be missing them. That's why I like to record this. Oh, tomorrow, Power World is coming out, so I'll be streaming that. I won't be recording it. If you miss it, don't worry, because at the end of the day, I think there's certain games that are video worthy, and then there's some videos that, or some games that I'm just not video worthy. Cyberpunk is video worthy. Starfield is not video worthy. Dragon's Dogma, I would say video worthy. Because it's a story. I know, technically speaking, Monster Hunter World is video worthy, but at the same time I'm just like, nah. So I'm probably gonna play Power World a lot, because it actually looks really good. Man, I'm so looking forward to Dragon's Dogma 2 though. What's this? Ugh, this gun sucks. Oh.
Well, that's that.
Yep. But yeah, for those wondering what mods I use, don't forget the links down in the description. I'm gonna try and sort out my bot. So depending on what game I'm playing, it will come up with the Man, I don't know. I need to figure out a way of making it easier so people know exactly what mods that I'm playing. I know I've got a Discord. Man, I'm trying to think what other way I can make it easier for people. I might sort out like a banner or something. Oh, look at that, man!
I've got you now.
I'm taking you down.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what, like, I'm gonna be completely honest.
Incoming!
This is why you record it. He blew himself up. This is why I record this. You never know what is gonna happen in these wastelands, man. You never know. Alright. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drop some dynamite. I very rarely use them. Very, very rarely use them. Don't need that. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just gonna go around, we're gonna try and level up. We've got to level up anyway because I need to figure out some bits and pieces. And I think, to be honest, probably about 10 minutes before the show starts, I'll basically transition it over because I'm probably gonna sort out some food and stuff, and we're just gonna chill. We're gonna watch the show together, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do, and then we're just basically gonna chill for the rest of the day. So honestly, I am tired. After that stream in the morning, I was just like, you know what? Well, to be honest, it wasn't just that. I'm also tired because I went shop. I had to do a few other things as well. I'm not even gonna lie, I ain't even had time to. I just haven't had time to sort out even my my game. I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be writing this week, but I just haven't had time because doctors and sorting stuff out. But can we climb up on it? No. That'd have been sick if you could. See, one thing that I really wish that Starfield did. Man, if Starfield was anything remotely like this, where there was loads of things to do, that's what I would have been playing for a long time. I was like, do you know what? If Starfield is good, I'm gonna be playing this for a long time. Nah, it's not that good. Not yet. I wanna see them patch everything in the game, like sort their game out. That's what I expect. Do you know what? When I was playing the day before, or 5 days before, I was expecting there to be a day 1 patch. That is one ugly motherfucker. Alright, there's death claws down there, so we ain't tangling with them. Right, we're gonna walk the other way and we're gonna go around to But anyway, I was honestly hoping that Starfield was gonna be this like space, like a proper space RPG game. even if it was remotely similar to Mass Effect, but they had their own spin on it, that would have been interesting. But they didn't even keep it interesting. I am hoping... Oh. That's his hand gone. Well, it's levitating. I'm just hoping that if Mass Effect 5 comes out, then again, it's... I have to be honest, that's another game that I might start playing. Like, once I've completed everything from my current list, and that's what I'm going to start doing from now on. I've got so many other things to complete. I'm going to restart Mass Effect 2. I'll tell you why, because number one, I've already completed Mass Effect 1. If you have not seen me complete Mass Effect 1, I need to sort it out. I've got a whole Mass Effect 1 playthrough that I did, but I'm not redoing that. That took me so long. I am not redoing that. But I will be playing Mass Effect 2. I will be playing Mass Effect 3. I might be doing Mass Effect Andromeda. We'll see. We'll see. I know someone said Mass Effect Andromeda was bad, but I'll be there to basically... I'm only going to be playing it just to see how... I just want to see what it's like now. Wow. I ain't even gonna lie. Yakuza looks hilarious. He just literally... I do have to say that, you know, there's a few interesting games this year that are coming. I was half tempted to try out Forspoken, but it came out really bad. Well, it just looked meh. Story-wise. Gameplay-wise, it looked quite fun. Especially from the trailers as well, like, the gameplay looked fun. But, I mean, it's the same thing with, like... You know what? I don't know what it is with games being poorly written, especially Square Enix. Square Enix usually has, like... They usually have good writers. I'm saying good, not the best. But, look... Also, I want to speak on something as well, because I've seen someone go, I don't like what the God of War creator said about the new God of War. And I'm like, bro, he's alright. He's okay to have his own take on his creation. At the end of the day, he was the one that brought it into, you know, he was the creator of God of War. But at the same time, you know, he has his own take on it. I think it's fine to have your own take on, you know, your own creation or whatever. And he just thinks that Kratos wasn't written... He actually said, because if I remember correctly, and I've dug around in a few of his videos, whoever did that short of him done him dirty. He liked God of War 2018. He just didn't like the God of War Ragnarok. He didn't think there, you know. He didn't.
Grim has a new sheriff. That should keep. Hey there. Sure.
You got absolutely jack squat. Go away. He didn't like. Yeah, he didn't like Ragnarok, but I'd have to play his reaction. In fact, no. I'd rather just link it. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. my point is, I don't know what it is nowadays. It just, a load of games haven't been written, not properly, but like interestingly enough to captivate the players. Like, for example, like I was saying about Starfield. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm with the game that I'm making, I might be, you know, hypocritical, but then at the same time, I am one person. I am not necessarily a writer. I used to write stories before, but I don't write books. I just write whatever I feel. But I think at the same time, it's like, when I look at, for example, I don't know who I'm firing at, so I'd rather get close. But yeah, what I was saying about when I talk about, I hope that like Starfield actually gets itself together. I think it can. I don't think it will. I think the story is going to be bad. I don't think they're ever going to change the story. They're not. Let's be real. They're not going to change the story. But if they can change the gameplay and make it better. Hey, wait a minute. Wait, are they gonna do State of Decay 3? This looks like State of Decay 3. For those of you that are tuning in or whatever, you're not gonna understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, this looks like State of Decay. I think this is gonna be State of Decay 3. Oh my god, no way. That's a deer. Shoot it! Oh, yo, oh my god. If they do a showcase for this and it comes out this year, we might be playing some State of Decay 3. That is another game that I'm actually looking forward to. From the studio that brought you Arcane. What game is this? Better be freaking good. Xbox needs some good games out there. And I'm not here to like do an Xbox shill. I'm not an Xbox person. I came from PlayStation, mate. I used to be one for that guy who used to be like, you know what, PlayStation was better than Xbox. Now, sorry, PlayStation. Not my problem. Blade. They're tackling the mob? Okay, that's interesting. Arcane Studios are tackling Marvel. But yeah, all I'm gonna say, guys, is let's see what happens this year, because I might have a few updates to the channel depending on what comes out this year from me. you know. Oh man, I'm just looking forward to like different games now. I'm still gonna keep Cyberpunk on the channel. I think, to be honest, I might even be playing Cyberpunk continuously, doing different runs and stuff. This is gonna take me ages to complete with Fallout New Vegas. But just while I'm playing Fallout New Vegas, just understand that obviously because this year could be very different, I might not be able to complete this like 100%. But I aim to complete most things on my channel. To be honest, I don't even think there is a way of completing Fallout New Vegas. I mean, obviously there is an end to the story, but... Let me get down. We're gonna go and meet these people. Why have you got a throne split? What the hell? But yeah, there's so many games. Light No Fire, I might. I don't know. If it's not as boring as, say, No Man's Sky, I might play it, you know what I mean?
Takes care of that.
Service rifle. Yeah, I've got. I'm gonna be honest. There's gonna be some games I'm gonna be like, eh, but there's always like that. There's always games like that. There's always games like that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, guys. We'll see what happens. Right, about 20 minutes. We'll swap over. I think these are what the fuck. Legion Mongols. Okay. So we haven't pledged allegiance to any faction yet. We're just on our own right now. We're just basically. I think, to be honest, I'm just going to be a lone wanderer. I think, to be honest, that is going to be this playthrough. Just playing through the game, just normally. We're going to come across things and, you know, we're just going to survive. We're just going to basically play survival. Don't think we can go through there because that... Yeah... We are going to go straight up this way. We're just going to go straight up this way because we ain't got anything to help us with through that. But yeah, I need to start like. I think what I might have to do is, if I can, one day, I'm probably gonna have a game that is going to, I might just play like some Sims or whatever, and just have it autonomously play, and like on stream I'll talk to you guys, and I'll basically write out the story for the game that I'm making at the same time. But there's some really good looking games that are coming out soon, man. We got about 20 minutes before we swap over, and I'm gonna grab like a couple of snacks, and feel free to do the same, by the way, because this is gonna be I don't know how long this stream is gonna be. I just know that there's a few games that are coming out, and yeah. Oh no, 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 no. Why? Not the Outworlds 2, man. The first one's... The first one sucked. It better be better than the second. It better be better than the first. I know there's someone that goes, it's being Starfield. No, it's not. It's actually... It's also a meh game. I would like to know what happened, like... I would like to know how the second one is going to play out first. I'm not going to buy that game, I don't care. I've streamed the first one, and I stopped after a while. It got boring. And I mean more boring than Starfield. Meaning I'd rather go and play Starfield than the Outer Worlds. I don't know how anyone can say that Outer Worlds was better than Starfield. The mechanics sucked, even for first person. There's nothing keeping me playing that game at all. The story sucked. There was a few good things about it. Like, I liked some of the characters, but again, the writing was really bad. And honestly, again, I just wasn't tight. I just didn't feel much about the game. It was just, they just better do They better do a better job than the first time that they did it. I don't think it deserved a sequel. Or another game. I don't think it deserves to even have a franchise. But yeah, I think, to be honest, Obsidian need to do their own thing now. In my opinion, Obsidian and Bethesda should really try and work together again. I think they need it. Because they need it, I think, to be honest, they need to be their own competition. And I don't know, I still say this right now. They could still do the competition, actually. They could still make it competitive. Like, this game that they're bringing out. I think it's called Avowed? I can't remember. It's like Skyrim, but with guns and stuff. There's some games that they do that are really good, but then, I don't know, I just think that at the moment they're a hit and miss company. Alright, we're gonna rest here. Oh my god, I got freaking hiccups, man.
Leave me alone.
Oh yeah, he doesn't like me. Door to Boone's room.
If it weren't for the water caravans, Novak would have turned to dust a long time ago.
I don't know where I need to go to get a room. Front desk.
Well. I can't see as how I'd charge you after the generous things you... Your room will be the one upstairs, closest to the lobby side. Here's your key. Oh, what am I doing? I got to thinking about making a good impression and plain forgot to tell you my name. I'm Jeannie May. I take care of folks here at the motel, long as they aren't troublemakers. We're in a little desert. Watch out.
What's the quickest way out of this dump? I think everywhere is a dump at this point. Okay. Is this our room? Yeah, this is our room. I'm gonna do 12 hours. But yeah, about 15 minutes, and I'll set up the stream. Well, you know, you guys know what I mean. Is there a way to like turn on the light? Yeah, don't matter. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna like run around for a bit. So I mean, we haven't really got that much time left now. And like I said, we're just gonna chill and just react to whatever. Don't get me wrong, I don't. How can I put it? I only react to things that are things that are gonna be interesting to the channel. And things that, you know, like I said, Xbox Showcase. Makes sense.
I'm taking you down.
That's a bit overkill. I just made the game crash. I just made the game crash by throwing a freaking dynamite. And they're lucky that I rested in that place. Demographics look really good. Oh, this is so long. But yeah. Alright, let's continue. Oh my god, I thought I was still in a loading screen. What am I doing? Oh, just a heads up. Fallout 4 is going to be replacing Fallout New Vegas. Because of Fallout London, I want to find out when that comes out. I'm going to find out when that comes out, and then once that comes out, I'm going to be setting up a couple of mods, and we're just going to go straight for it. Yes. Fast reactions, mate. Just like that gecko. Boom. 180 no scope, I think it was. Well, of course it was a no scope. It was my freaking pistol. I just remembered. I'm gonna be careful, so I'm gonna F5 this. I'm curious. Ah, right, got it. Let's see what's in there. But yeah, I think to be honest, this year I might end up like well, we'll see. I kind of feel bad, like a lot of the times when I play, it's like I struggle to finish things on stream. But I suppose that's the problem with being a variety streamer as well. Interesting. Jesus.
You should have known better.
Are they coming after us?
Come on. I'm taking you down. That's enough of that.
This. Done. 6 minutes. 6 minutes, guys, and then we're switching over. You know what? Literally, I've only done 50 minutes of Fallout New Vegas. Kind of feel bad. But tomorrow I'm going to have to do a load of shorts. Saturday, Baldur's Gate 3. I'm going to have dedicated days for some games, and the rest of the week is just going to be up in the air. Alright, I can't remember. Where's that? I saw it all the way over there. I'm not going to do that just yet, because we haven't got enough time. We haven't got enough time for that. Plus, I want to try and level up a lot. What game is that? Yeah, I couldn't really aim at them properly. Who were they? NCR. NCR desserts. Interesting, you know. Three minutes. I'm actually half tempted. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I am a bit tired, but that's why I'm using the Xbox Showcase to break that fatigue up a little bit. Yeah, they're playing the same things over and over. So it's interesting, because I'm kind of curious what Xbox Direct is actually going to showcase. This stream is also going to get copyright, and I mean, it's going to be copyright. I don't know. I might play my songs over. I might play my song over it. Or like the dystopian stuff, so it's not like in your face kind of thing. I've got to say though, Arc 2 does look good. I think Arc 2 does have, Arc does have some really good things going about it. And let's be real, Arc is quite innovative. We can't lie about that. it's one of the only games that I've seen, apart from Isle, or I think that's what it's called, the Isle, where you get dinosaurs. But I mean, then again, Ark is different because you actually tame dinosaurs. And the fact that it's I'm not gonna call it an MMO. It's not an MMO. They can call it an MMO if they want. It's not an MMO. For me, there's a standard between an MMO and an online game. Because if we're gonna call Ark an MMO, we have to call GTA Online an MMO. It's not. For it to be an MMO, it has to have hundreds of players. Hundreds of thousands of players, all on one server. Personally, though, I would say Ark is... Rust is quite well optimized, to be honest. From what I've seen of it, Rust is quite well optimized compared to a lot of these other ones, like Ark. What's the other games? What's the other survival games out there? Conan is a very freaking poorly optimized game. I ain't even gonna put that in a league of Ark. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Not even that close. What other games, man? So you've got Rust, Ark. There's some other ones I need to look into. Once Human, I would say, is probably top tier. I would actually say that's probably number one in my opinion. Considering how many players there are, the build types, it's an actual survival, it's a proper MMO game, very well optimized, even in the beta stage. Right, let's have a look at it. Who's this guy? Who is...
Back home, we don't waste time talking to strangers either.
Look at his helmet.
Khan's got cornered in the
It's
ruins
not...
of Boulder City.
It's literally a biker's helmet with some metal plate at the front. Don't get me wrong, I know what I'm doing is a bit weird because I'm just like looking around. Motel. Never been in. Oh! 8 minutes. Right, what I'm gonna do, guys. Save. Picture in picture. Oh.
before my friend puts one in your scalp.
There you go. This is what we are reacting to, guys. 6 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to be back with some food. I'm hungry. Be right back. While I do that, enjoy the pre-show.
Because I was going to make a sandwich. Okay. Let's do it. What do I think about heroes? Well, we've all seen them, haven't we? Swanning about the place with their disproportionately high cheekbones and comically massive weapons.
Wanker.
Roughing up bandits, because they like to rough up bandits, don't they? Living it up with the common folk every single night. On a day-to-day basis, I'd say the true hero is me, someone who's breaking new ground with fruit, with veg, on the agricultural side of things. Just look at them! Not wafting around mythical creatures. And that's what they are. Wafters.
Yeah, well done.
You see, I'm not here to slay legendary beasts. I'm here to conquer the vegetable, not a euphemism. Let's face it, the age of heroes is over. This is the age of innovation. This, if you will, is the age of death. One moment. This is awkward.
Yeah. Oh.
I've dreamt of this. This place of fear and fury. Do you hear it? The heartbeat of the lost ones. I can feel them on my skin.
Staff? Me? Alright, guys. I am back. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Alright, I'm actually freezing. starting soon. What have they been typing? Hey, I'm actually looking forward to this, man. Right, I don't mean to eat on stream. I kind of want to leave my thing up because... man. But yeah, I hope everyone's got their popcorn. Because we are about to do... What do they call this? A watch party? Right. Are you kidding me? Someone's playing Baldur's Gate 3. Well, I was about to say, what the f... Interesting. Yep, my drink's about to burst, boys. I'm joking. Alright. Ninja Theory, Machine Games, Obsidian, and Oxide. This is going to be interesting, guys. Alright, bear with me, yeah? Because, yeah.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Yeah, Avowed, I knew it was.
Venture into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG. We love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity. A frontier at the edge of the known world. And Avowed is where you
What's going on? Hold up.
spiritual blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other.
Give me a minute, guys. What the hell is going on? That's what's going
There's
on.
going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat brings the best of the moment-to-moment fun that comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types.
That actually looks
It's not
good.
just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. You can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them.
Oh, that's sick.
Keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy
I might actually grab this.
as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions.
Get on with it and let us know when it comes out, yeah?
Decisions with
Brilliant.
profound consequences.
I'm joking.
Like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here. Take my badge. Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it?
I hope this isn't like the Outer Worlds, because I will be annoyed.
Never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
This fall? Wait. Fall. When is fall? Isn't that like October time? This better not be similar. I don't think it will be, but we'll see. It's interesting. 420. So it is releasing this year, guys. I'm gonna keep an eye out for this one. This is gonna be on Game Pass, so I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm just gonna wait until it comes out on Game Pass, and then we'll sit through it together, and then we'll see what it's like. But it gives me enough time to see how good the game is gonna be. Alright, Ninja Theory. That's in the UK, isn't it? It looks like it. I could be wrong.
Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
This is a crazy game. Not my type of game.
New quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe. In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point, establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent threat that has swept through the settlement.
Isn't it Droga?
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
Alright, interesting. I haven't played the first one. I have seen it. Very interesting.
A Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
That's why it's... Okay. That's interesting.
Find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way.
and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
That is nuts.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero, she's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level
This is interesting.
to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story.
The detail in the landscape, in the
you have to be there. The sense of scale.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the difference.
And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works. That's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Interesting.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade.
I'm going to talk about this in a minute.
On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning in the music. It really connects with our game and elevates it to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows.
That's not really cheesy. Nah, he's right though.
So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care, and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua.
Don't want to pause it.
Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on on May 21st.
I don't know why I was even going to try and click that. I was like, what the f... Ooh, Square Enix. Wait, they ain't even done this one or this one.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる
Visions of Mana. This is going to be an interesting game. I like their concept art.
聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年に Final Fantasy 外伝として誕生
It's Final Fantasy Adventure back in 1991. Wow. Remember, guys. Remember, Final Fantasy. Well, I mean, everyone can hear. Right, I'm going to talk about this right now because, I mean, we can literally see what they're saying and it's all in Japanese. Final Fantasy was born from not desperation, but Square Enix was called something different back then, and this is what I was told. And this is what I was told back when I used to do game testing. I was told this story before, and they said, yeah, so basically how Final Fantasy came about is Final Fantasy was literally their final game ever. Because they thought what was going to happen next is they were going to close down because they couldn't afford it. They were literally dying as a company. So as soon as they released Final Fantasy, boom, sales went out the window. Okay, back to Japanese. So, Final Fantasy is basically the reason why Square Enix is here today. It's interesting to know that.
監修する立場でプロジェクトに参加しました。聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に
I like the art. Like,
これまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の
it's
表
interesting.
現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
If you think about it, it looks somewhat similar to Pokemon. Look at the combat. Combat looks pretty cool. I'd love to play this.
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。
Oh my
陸上の
god.
スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上で、ヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。
過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聴いてみましょう。本作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており、武器での攻撃だけでなく、
Learn for physical attacks with weapons and magic attacks mid-air.
そして本作ならではの特徴として、聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊
I'm wondering if they've got like a character creator as well, because there's different characters there.
バトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力で爽快なバトルを楽しんでいただけます。
オリジナルモンスターやピックリにも注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう、小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作、聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
This summer, so that's coming out this summer. That's going to be interesting. Oh, but it's not going to be on Game Pass. Okay, cool. Okay, so that's 3 games. Avowed, something else. Hey, go to Oxide, and then Machine Games. I want to see what that's all. Yeah. Then you add stuff. So what's this about? Aren't these the people that dealt with...
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre.
I've heard of this game, I've never played.
Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
Fucking idiot.
From Ara, we knew we needed systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
Sorry, I've got nerve pain in my freaking leg, man.
Players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important
Fucking
nation the world has
shots
ever
going
known.
down my leg.
This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might. Scientific advancement. The choice is theirs. In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
I don't really know.
With players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundations.
This might be like really quiet to you guys. Obviously, I'm talking well over it.
Citizens' lives and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to
I apologize.
The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning.
Crafting in a strategy game?
The strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Ara for, you.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
"Cougars, cougars,
cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me." I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of ARA is only the beginning. We are going to maintain our insider program after the release date and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play ARA and to create your own history.
Sorry I didn't talk much during that. I just... I really wanted to, like... I haven't played these games. That's why I'm... but there's too many games I've got on my plate at the moment. You never have. Machine Games.
Välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after.
Look who it is! It just works, guys.
And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm.
Don't blame anything on Todd Howard. He's got too many fingers and too many pies. Nah, I think he's a cool dude. I mean,
positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
You can go everywhere in Indiana Jones. No, I'm joking. Imagine that if you said that.
Dr. Jones, while you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sands of Africa.
Ooh! And he's buried in the sand. I'm wondering how long
myths, history.
We have to be honest.
There's different ways to interpret the past.
It does look pretty good.
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
But looks can be deceiving, obviously. But you can tell they did put some form of detail into the game. They have put some effort into it, at least.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
This reminds me of LA Noire for some reason. Oh my god, they're using that freaking...
Mankind has built sites.
Is this gonna be in first person? This ain't gonna be my type of game.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle. I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
Patron of the fallen angels, protector of the Chukulimani, the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Okay.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character. And
I'm gonna be honest.
to so many people.
I feel bad, but like reacting to part of this because it's like it's not my type of thing.
With his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the
I can see people being interested in this.
He's a brilliant archaeologist.
It's not bad for an FPS kind of adventure.
And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and
Don't like first person sometimes.
We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
I think if you were to do both, allow the player to decide.
Or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat and the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
I think
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle
again,
set between Raiders
they should allow the player to switch between first person and third person. The cutscene's fine. I can agree with that.
The night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun, and to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure, with action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the Indy films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure.
I don't even know if anyone can hear that.
And now she's found an ally in this
Probably, I don't know.
Professor. Their paths are
Give me a second.
And they'll need each other.
I'm not even gonna lie.
Hey, man. Let's see if you can keep up.
I ain't even.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for Indy. They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of the head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional, and
That looks like visual scripting.
Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
I might have to.
Games is known for
Oh, yo, this is still going.
with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives.
I didn't want the freaking recording to still go.
That we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something.
Ooh, that nearly messed up there.
I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Bruh. Watch, this is gonna get copyright. Just because of Indiana Jones. Okay, so it's going to be out on Game Pass anyway, so all I'm going to say is, guys, you don't need to pre-order games anymore. If you want to know how a game is, download it on Game Pass. I mean, I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, yeah, but I want to know if it's even worth me downloading. suppose that's also a fair argument. You know, 'cause you gotta wait for the download, and some people, you know.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of
But yeah, I'm more I think I'm more looking forward to Avowed and Square Enix's game. I think Avowed could be really good. I think that might be their best game. If someone goes, oh, since the Outer Worlds, no. Since Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New Vegas was, in my opinion, Obsidian's best work, from my opinion. I played Fallout 3. I was a bit meh. Fallout New Vegas seemed better for me, personally. But this is why I said Obsidian and Bethesda should really partner up. Or try and compete against one another.
There you are. Welcome to Podcast Unlocked. You've just watched the Xbox Developer Direct, the 2024 edition. I'm Ryan McCaffrey, joined by my panelists. Let's dive right in. Not even time for introductions. That's how exciting that was. And that's how pumped I am. We have to start with Indiana Jones. I know Visions of Mana was the secret game.
So what is this? Podcast?
Show was Indiana Jones. I'm gonna take host privilege and just start by saying, as one of the resident olds of this panel, there was so much.
I'm gonna move this edit. Oh no, I can't.
Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay DNA in there that you could see. That just made me so happy because that's one of the greatest original Xbox games ever. It's
Avowed.
First person.
A lot of people are hyped up about Indiana Jones.
What did you think of Indiana Jones? And by the way, everybody, we have plenty of time, so everybody settle in. If you're watching, we're going to talk through all this stuff. Ka, the floor is yours.
Mind blown. I was excited and ready for this to drop and get all the goodies that we could from the visuals and everything, and they are just nailing that vibe that we were hoping that they would be able to pull in. All of those things from the films that we remembered and kind of love and have that nostalgia for. Feels like they're really knocking on the door for that. You know, the music and the score really came through, and I think that that's a big part of the indie experience and the indie fandom. And man,
see, someone said they're mad it's first person.
Damn, that looks good. It looks really, really fantastic. So very excited for what we get to see.
The reason why people aren't looking forward to Avowed is because Avowed is like this. It's like this compared to Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is a big franchise, so everyone's going to be looking forward to that. Like 54%. And a lot of people are hyped. It's about equal between Hellblade 2 and Avowed.
And first person is a really good way to do that. So
I disagree.
So I'm glad that they are going that
I
route.
disagree.
Right now, I don't know how far along this trailer was. I feel like it looks good. I'm very excited for the puzzles. And I'm glad it's not just another like Uncharted-like game, because those games kind of fall into a specific formula. But I want to see more of the combat, like dynamic combat through one level, because we got a lot of like jump cuts. So I want to know what the combat flow is going to look like.
I mean, it looks the same. Like,
There was a lot to see there.
I'm on about, like, from what we've seen. Not the same as Uncharted.
The Dev Direct, I was absolutely blown away. I really like what they're doing here. I love the first person. What we saw of combat looks really fun. I can't get over how well they integrated the whip into all of the different types of mechanics. Being able to grab somebody,
yeah, the whip looks good,
or just whip somebody and then pull them towards you for a punch. It's very indie.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. They're just gonna be talking about thingy.
Movies, and to see a game take the movies and make this, which just hits all the right notes from the villain to the puzzles to the combat, has me tremendously excited. More than I ever thought I would be for an Indiana Jones video game. I'm all in.
I'm not interested.
the
but
thing
that's
I have
just
with
me
the first
personally.
is number one, it's not unexpected. I mean, like Stella was saying, there were good reasons to go first person with this, but not just sort of centering you in the character.
Xbox has 0 games. What?
It's a good way to differentiate from Tomb Raider and from Uncharted, right? I mean, those are comparisons that people are naturally going to make because
I don't know, man.
Indiana Jones video game outside of Lego Indiana Jones. Like there hasn't been a sort of AAA indie game since I think maybe 2003. I think Destin is what we had looked up with Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. I think
This
was
one?
the name of it. That's the one. Yes.
Certain moments will be in.
for B-roll.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
a first-person game.
This
Let's
game
just
actually
stop.
is pretty good. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb. I played it a little bit just to remind myself of what the old game is played like, and it made me a believer in the fact that indie can be a great video game. Machine Games is doing a whole new thing from this take though. And,
PlayStation is
yeah,
future-proof.
I just
Are you
with a
dumb?
very, very positive impression about.
I think, to be
where
honest, the whole
the
console
game
is
going to
stupid.
evolve to, and really, really stoked.
Both consoles suck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
100%. That's what this is using, but that's what this.
I ain't gonna lie. I can't be bothered to listen to this.
Almost certainly
This.
going on here. Production value wise, Khalif, pretty high production values, clearly.
They're all talking about Indiana Jones. No.
Felt exactly like you remembered indie movies feeling, which is great from from the villain to the kind of that sepia tone, that kind of, or in some far off land. They just nailed all of those pieces. And again, we talked a little bit behind the scenes.
Guys.
Them snagging Harrison Ford's likeness in this and really nailing that, and also the voice actor, whomever that may be, doing the voice capture for this, or the voice performance for this.
I feel like I'm burning up.
Exactly like you would hope for a game like this that wants to pay homage to one of the biggest and kind of best known adventure movies of all time. So I'm very excited to see where all of those pieces kind of land and see who the other folks are in that conversation. And of course, Tony Todd is in this, so that automatically just like magically just made me super excited for that. So hyped is hyped for this.
So Stella, I want to come back to you to get your thoughts, and everybody else's too. But something that I think was maybe a bit of an unanswered question from this, and maybe I'm just looking too far into it. Just tell me if you think I am. But Gina, we were introduced to near the end. She's a reporter. She's kind of along this adventure with Indy. They're helping each other out. They specifically referred to her as a protagonist. Do you think that you're going to play as her for one level for significant amounts of time? What was your takeaway from that?
You know what? It would be really cool if there were some temple puzzles that you have to work together, but you can't really see each other, so you can talk through walls, right? Kind of like, well, I guess Portal was a co-op game, but if it was sort of like...
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, guys. Give me a second.
Switch,
I'm gonna set something up.
That would be really cool. But
quick.
I feel like we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 levels where
I'm kind of feeling meh
a bit of trouble, where he's gotten himself trapped or something.
about
But
this
I think
right
that
now.
for some of these temples, we may get one of those partner moments where he has to call out, "Hey, hit this lever now," or whatever, and that might be really cool. So yeah, I love the idea of having 2 protagonists, but maybe
guys, give me a
I feel
minute.
like we're definitely going to be focusing on Indiana here, but yeah,
that's probably where I'm landing with it too. Is maybe either one or just the occasional check in with her, where you're, like I said, maybe you're riding a motorcycle and you've got to save him or something. Or I think the puzzle example you gave was pretty solid as well, but. Maybe almost kind of like the Mary Jane stuff from Spider-Man on PlayStation, where it's kind of a neat little change of pace for the game, for the campaign as you're going through it. I mean, Destin, speaking of Spider-Man, I mean, this seems awesome enough, and it's this well-known big property.
You know what?
Is it too early to say that this Indiana Jones could be sort of Xbox's Spider-Man, if you will?
In terms of exclusivity, yes, I definitely think, and I know you're using a licensed IP there to make the correlation. Yeah. I think it's going to be their answer to Uncharted, and if they get to continue to make games like this is great because it's not just like a straight up Uncharted clone. It's really unique in how they're presenting combat, how they're integrating puzzles into it. They did say that a lot of the puzzles are going to be optional. So there's going to be, even if you're into puzzles, you can go do all these side things where you can unlock more secrets in each level, or you can just keep on playing through the game and only impact or only encounter those main puzzles. But to your point, Ryan, I do agree. I think this is going to be a huge win for Xbox in terms of a licensed IP game.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. I ain't played this in a while.
For every game featured throughout the stream. As soon as it was done on the stream, I put up a little poll with the same 4 choices. Loved it, seemed pretty.
I'd say yes. M50, I'd say yes. Weird wise guy, I'd say yes. Hold on.
Pretty good.
I'm going for the yes or no.
It looked okay, and I didn't like what I saw. So we'll check in on every game for this. For Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which is indeed the name, which was dug out by a sleuthy
This is nuts, mate.
That user prior to this that I think we'd written up on IGN. I will say that Indiana Jones, perhaps unsurprisingly rather, had the highest satisfaction rate of any of the 4, any of the 5. So of 2,000 votes and still
Yeah.
but over 2,000 votes.
Until something better comes along, I'm gonna do this. Give me a second, guys.
66.4% said loved it. 21% said seemed pretty good. Just 8% said it looked okay, and 4.2% saying I didn't like what I saw. So this was viewing that everybody just took in, and I certainly am right on board with it. I had high expectations for this, and as soon as they confirmed that it was first person, I was like already over the moon, because I've talked on, if you're a regular listener or viewer of Unlocked, you know that I have a soft spot for first person games.
Lol.
It's always been my favorite genre. I like when first person games aren't just shooters, when they try some different stuff, which is part of the reason why I think the Chronicles of Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay is one of the probably 5
Brana. Let me just change the title, yeah, because I'm done with this freaking thing. They were just chatting about this game, and I'm just sat here like, bro, it's okay. It's
It's not. To capture the B-roll that hopefully Red has ready, I had to go back, get up to 360,
it's
and capture gameplay of
it's okay, right? But does it deserve to be in this kind of spotlight? I don't know. Elder Scrolls Online 2024. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what that's about. I don't know.
They're sort of using the same formula for indie here. They are taking a story between Raiders and Last Crusade and telling us about it, just like they did with Chronicles of Riddick. Riddick opens up, you've been captured by Hoxie, who is in the Pitch Black movie, and he takes you to to the slammer. And yeah, this is the 360 game that you're looking at right now if you're watching along with us. And believe it or not, it still plays pretty well. I was surprised. I was surprised how easy it was to pick up and start playing again. But to be fair, I played through it. Yeah, definitely showing its age. Definitely showing its age.
Yeah, I know.
That's for sure.
Almost 20 years ago, 2004, 2004, I think was the original Xbox release of this. Maybe '03. Anyway, almost 20 years ago, it was stunning on the original Xbox. It was an original Xbox exclusive. And if you're watching or listening to this going, well, wait a minute, why are you talking about Riddick: Escape from Butcher Bay
Yeah, sorry.
Machine Games, who of course has done Wolfenstein games and done them so well, they were started by the core team that did Riddick at Starbreeze and then left and founded Machine Games. That's why I'm drawing that.
Do you know what? Yeah, my sound is all messed.
And the fact that Indy, they were talking about how it's gonna mix in. You can do melee combat, gunplay,
Oh.
stealth. Like that's all stuff that they did in Riddick, and they did it
Chill.
exceptionally well.
If I can bring up the gameplay that I provided him, all cut up real nice. You can see like how they integrated the stealth mechanics and really
Oh, they still talk.
own that character. And the reason I'm so excited about Indy is because it looks like they've managed to do the same thing. This is old Indy. This isn't exclusive footage.
It's still good to take a look at Emperor's Tomb here, because this is what a AAA Indiana Jones game looked like exactly 20 years ago. That game came out in 2003. It was done by, again, a very talented developer.
Give me a second, guys. Yeah, the sounds.
Kind of put themselves on the map at the time. They did an awesome licensed game of their own first. They did a Buffy the Vampire Slayer game that was really good for PS2 and for original Xbox, and then they did Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb there. But yeah, hopefully Red is digging up that Riddick footage that Destin had prepped, because there are more parallels that can be drawn there, and it is like I would say. Well, I guess since you can't play it on Xbox, it's not backwards compatible. If you've got even a reasonable gaming PC, nothing top of the line, just go buy it on Steam. I'm sure it's probably quite cheap at this point. And as Destin was saying, it's pretty easy to pick up and play even all these years later, which speaks to how good the design is. Destin, you want to talk a little bit about more about Riddick here?
Yeah, so Riddick, just again, all first person. There were like story elements where you had to befriend certain characters, and then he's Riddick, so he betrays everybody. And you were really limited on your ammunition, so it wasn't just you go in guns blazing or anything, right? You had to figure out how to hide enemies, how to utilize the tools at your disposal, how to utilize the darkness to your advantage, and it was really, really smart how they put everything together. And this scene,
What's this
in
about?
particular, was actually shown during their
It's because
teaser
my
for
sound is all
Remnant.
messed, man.
At the time, it was really impressive. You have to remember, this was an original Xbox game where you could like do all these sort of takedown moves, and you could counter people in first person mode.
Dynamic shadows, dragging the bodies into the darkness, all that stuff was new.
Yeah, so this was all new tech, and fast forward 20 years or so, we have another game mixing third person like we're seeing right now with first person combat, and I'm really, really excited about the potential.
Yeah, in fact, I would say, at least my memory tells me, that Riddick was probably 25% at the most gunplay, and the rest of it was first-person melee stuff, either with just your fists and choking guys out, or with like a shiv. And Indiana Jones seems like it might be the same way.
Oh, they're still talking about it, bro.
Your primary melee weapon, other than just we saw some fisticuffs in that gameplay demonstration as well. But
Alright.
I suspect gunplay is not going to be a huge part of Indiana Jones here, because Indy's not
What
this
the
isn't
hell?
gonna be a first person shooter. I mean, I think that much is clear already.
Give me a sec.
I was a little surprised to see him pull out a pistol in one of those shots and the quick jump cut away from it. I was like, oh, we don't want to see Indy murder anyone today?
You guys can hear that, right? I can't.
To, but sure. All right. Also, real quick, from Max,
My sound's been so messed ever since. Oh.
when pulling the Nazi off the ledge, Dr. Marcus Brody will appear, and the spider running up Indy's arm when reaching into the hole was reminiscent of Temple of Doom. So there are some little love letters to indie fans there. I'm gonna admit
I can't hear it. So I'm just gonna have to I don't know, man. This is annoying.
The other part of that I thought they really nailed is the humor. Even those small pieces, I think that's a big part of the indie series, and that character is getting those moments where you bounce between. It's kind of very serious moment, you being in peril, and then also having those kind of winks and nods. And it feels like they've also kind of captured that in this, and the kind of that ethos of who Indy is and as a character. That's going to be really fun. And also, like,
I ain't even gonna lie. Let me see.
I wanted to see a little bit more of that, but excited to see that you're going to have some of those moments where you're watching where some of the enemies are pathing and kind of
I can't hear anything.
doing that from this first person perspective is going to be really fun to be able to kind of see. It makes me think about all the callbacks that Stella talks about and what else we'll see. That was a big part of the series for sure.
I feel like for the most part, you're going to be in these really close encounters and going to.
I still can't hear anything. I hate this. I legit hate this. Every time when I do a live, my sound decides to mess up. When I do these showcases, every time. This is highly irritating. Give me a second. It's saying there's sound. Bro, this is why I don't like messing about with this stuff. Ugh. Current. Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, give me just one moment. I'm just sorting out the sound. Turn off sound. Bro, why? What? Why is it I can't hear anything? It's going through to the game. Like, or should I say, the game sound is fine. Yeah. Alright. Well, what they're talking about is Indiana Jones anyway. It's like, bro, I don't... It's long to talk about one game. They're supposed to be doing multiple other games here. I don't want to hear... Oh, well, Indiana Jones... Indiana Jones... We've been talking about this for like over 20 minutes.
That, so you
what are we doing?
put,
A review of every
them.
single...
So yeah,
there
coming
we
out
go.
of this, again, like I said, I want to see more gameplay. I want to see
and how the game audio don't work.
Indy go through a level.
How
in particular. Maybe
backwards.
less is more in terms of game reveals, right? We don't want to see games show everything off, just like those movie trailers that show the entire plot. But I do want a little bit more in terms of the narrative, what exactly is going on here, and
No, I don't care. We got other games to. There's other games here. There must be.
Did say that this was going to take place between two of the movies, which is really cool. But yeah, I am coming out of this with a few more questions, and I want to know how this is really going to look like when it comes out at the end of the year. And yeah, for me, story is always really big. So story and combat.
Destin, how about you? Where were you coming in? How you feeling now?
I came in with very low expectations, not thinking that I would particularly like Indiana Jones, and it is by far my favorite thing. A bit loud. This game. And one thing we didn't talk about are the locations that he's going to be visiting.
Yes.
Right away, something is stolen, and he has to go to Rome.
Let me change
and then he
the
goes
font. Let me
to,
just change
a jungle
the
area. I'm
thumbnail
not even going to try and pronounce the location that he goes to. He
and
goes
the
to the
title.
Egypt pyramids, and he goes to the Himalayan mountains. So you got a green location, a sandy location, a snow location, and a city location just in this trailer alone. So he's going to be
There
going.
was a Zeppelin in there too. I'm sure we're going to be getting to fight on one of those.
Yeah, so not only is it going to be visually diverse, which is just amazing, but its integration of puzzles is also really, really exciting to me. It made me think of, I've had Legacy of Kain on the brain right away, which mixes these little combat sections with puzzle sections, and I haven't really played a game like that in a long time. So to see indie, just everything about the tone of this, I'm just like, this is exactly how I would want an indie game to be. It's perfect for the
I'm gonna
character,
put just
and
chatting
it's perfect for those combat encounters, and very, very stoked afterwards.
because we are.
Yeah, I mean, I came in with pretty high expectations given everything that this studio has achieved already, and I would say I'm even on a higher cloud 9. It might be a cloud 10 after this. I could not have asked for a better gameplay reveal than that. I love how many how much of the soul of Riddick is in this, and in addition to the technological achievements going on too. Like, this is a beautiful looking game. I think it's super significant. What one of you mentioned it earlier. I think it's quite significant that they licensed Harrison Ford's likeness for this. Like, so they didn't just get like a kind of not quite Harrison Ford look. Like, it's him. It's not his voice, which was to be expected given that Mr. Ford is north of 80 years old, and this is set when he's much younger.
Don't know,
but the sound alike sounds great, and I'm loving this. So Indiana Jones, 2 thumbs up from all of us here. Let's talk about the game that I think we were probably most excited for after Indy coming into this, and that is Avowed. So
Wrong one.
Avowed, I'll tee up all of you by first mentioning, again, my informal Twitter poll. So let's see here. Thoughts on what you saw of Avowed? Just about 40% of people said they loved it. 33%, so pretty close, saying seemed pretty good. 18.6%, it looked okay. 8.5% saying I didn't like what I saw. So not quite the same ultra satisfaction level as Indy, but still overall pretty darn positive. And Destin, I'll start with you.
Yeah, sorry, it's because it's loading. That's why.
You for Avowed, because this is a game that you've been talking about. You talked that you were a little kind of maybe unpleasantly surprised at the art direction change from the gameplay reveal we got at the showcase last year relative to the sort of CG first-person tone piece that we got at the actual announcement of this back in 2020. So now that you've seen some gameplay, how you feeling about Avowed?
I think gameplay looks a lot better than that original gameplay teaser that they showed. They did a better job of giving us an impression of how things are going to play out. They also focused in on story and how the story is going to be integrated and how there will be more moral nuance and consequences to your actions throughout your gameplay experience. But the one thing that got me was the combat. I was very pleasantly surprised to see an improvement on the combat, because in that initial trailer there was a lot of stuff just running straight at you and then you kill it, right? This time you're like, they're showing the shield dash, they're showing counters, and they're showing a lot of really, really interesting, cool stuff that you're going to be able to do in this game. And being able to switch on the fly to different styles of combat, like from magic to melee, to sword and board, I like that a lot. I like that you're going to be able to do that. Fall 2024, still, they said rich, weird, and wonderful was the goal. I think they achieved that, but it's still a wait and see for me. I'm excited, but I'm waiting to see how well they nail that story. And I'm totally going to kill that guy that they...
Yeah, again, sorry for the lag. So
he's gone.
I don't know what's going on. Actually, I do.
Before I throw to Destin, and excuse me, to Stella and Khalif, I just want to real quick you know, we're doing this live on the fly. We were just watching this. Like, we're not having time. We can't like take in any like information that's coming in.
I think he wants me to
this.
go in now.
And
Just
so,
don't know what to
our
do with now.
producer just was in my ear telling me that Troy Baker is voicing Indiana Jones. So kudos to Troy for a fantastic Harrison Ford impression. That is 2 thumbs up. He's playing someone besides Troy Baker in a game this time, which is nice to see. All right, back to Avowed. Khalif, your thoughts on this one?
I am not voiced by Troy Baker, but
you probably could be though. He's that good.
He's that good. He's that good. It looks great. I think one of the things I came away with is, you know, ditto on everything that Destin said. I think in the combat, the one thing I'm a little bit worried about is it does look a little stiff when you're doing the melee parts of the combat. I would love to have seen a little bit more kind of reaction from some of the enemies when you hit them with your sword or when you hit them with your melee weapon. Because I think that just adds to that layer of what you see in that first-person mode and that first-person perspective. But I think what really came through was the dedication to environments in a way that I think they nail every time with the team from Obsidian. I think they continue to make these really expansive worlds that you want to be in, that you want to kind of, you know, engage with and you want to explore. And how does that kind of reflect the ways that those different biomes and those different kind of spaces that you'll be in, how do those kind of really play that environmental storytelling up? How does that really bring to the forefront, you know, what your character is going to be? How do you decide to play that character? What are those kind of tertiary layers of the experience going to wind up being? And yeah, I'm excited for what they're going to pull together for this. I think a lot of folks are going to be, you know, excited about the potential of what it means to kind of role play this way in this space, and that's always going to be super fun.
Stella, your thoughts on Avowed?
Yeah, I think the environments look gorgeous. It makes me miss Outer Worlds, and I want Outer Worlds 2 already, which I'm so sad we didn't get a look at today.
It wasn't good enough.
I'll wait.
Not for me, anyway.
But yeah, I think the combat is the thing that I'm getting stuck on. I don't mind going through a game just for the story. Like, if there's a good narrative, I'm into it. But the combat does look a little bit stiff. Like Ha said, we talked about this during the show when we were watching. And it's interesting because even the wand and the sword play looked a little bit similar. But yeah, there was something about, I was mentioning it, I think it's the FOV or something that makes it seem a little bit off. Maybe because I play on 100 FOV or something like that. But it's the way the arms are positioned. It almost looks like your character's just very stiff and like 90-degree angles, you know, right? So I think that's something that's throwing it off, but the voice acting was really good, and I was very surprised by how well the conversation seemed to flow. So I'm very interested to see the different pathings that you can choose, which is very nice, but I feel like that should come standard with any role-playing game, right? You should always have freedom of choice with character. You should always be able to approach different scenarios.
Right, hold up.
You know, your personality, with whatever you want to play with. So I'm really interested in that. I want to see how far that'll go. I want to know how many endings there are, what quest lines you can mess up. And yeah, I'm very interested in this. I think from the beginning of when they showed the teaser to the first trailer, my expectations have kind of gone up for this game. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, not quite sure where I sit with Avowed right now. I liked what we saw today. But I'm definitely.
I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to even go.
It kind of looked like a Skyrim total conversion to me, and I say that and I'm not saying that as a criticism or a compliment necessarily. It's just kind of what it reminded me of, and the combat that you all just mentioned is really kind of where it comes down to. I would agree very much that lack of responsiveness from the creatures, there's sort of no, you know, animation.
There's another key somewhere.
When they've been hit, is like, I don't know if that still works for me in 2024, whereas it did in 2011 when Skyrim came out. Is it the end of the world? Absolutely not. I mean, again, you know, you all covered it. Obsidian, we're going to get a great story. We're going to get some really cool quest options and character interactions. And
we'll see.
As Khalif was saying, the worlds, the environments in this are absolutely gorgeous, and that's, to me, a first-person RPG. If you're delivering fantastical, beautiful environments in that first-person role-playing game, like, you've got me. Like, I'm in. I'm totally good. I'm gonna have a great time. So yeah, I'm kind of curious how this will actually, like, kind of feel to sit down and play with, you know, versus just watching gameplay. But yeah, super solid, and fall 2024 for this one, and just later in 2024 for indie, which, if I were to take an educated guess, I would probably guess that means they're not quite ready to narrow in on indie yet. Like, they're not quite sure if they're going to need maybe a couple more months of polish. Like, maybe they're aiming for September, but it could slip to November, so we'll see on indie. But we know we've got Avowed in the fall to look forward to. So it's, again, we're going to be, I mean, we can talk more at the end, but right now we're looking at May for Hellblade 2, which we're going to talk about next. And then towards the end of the year, Avowed and Indiana Jones. So already it is January 18th as we record this. We already have like 2 exclusives set to go for fall 2024, in addition to one in the spring with Hellblade 2. In fact, let's just go right into Hellblade 2 now, because we are on the clock a little bit here. We've got about 17 to 20 minutes left in this live episode. So, Hellblade 2. This is a game we've seen quite a bit. Most recently at the Game Awards, when we got a new gameplay trailer. Stella, let me go to you first on this one. We did get a release date. Did anything you saw today from Hellblade
It just munched on me.
up your interest level? Did it take it down at all? Or did you just want the release date? Like, what was your reaction to the Hellblade portion of the developer direct today?
Yeah, so just like you, Ryan, I haven't played the first game yet, but I totally plan to. But no, my excitement has kind of stayed the same for this, just because I know the quality that they deliver, right? Like, we know that they can deliver what they say they can. So for me, I'm not super worried about this game. I think it looks absolutely brutal, and I love that. I am all for any type of like grimy, gruesome game that comes out that really has your character struggling, right? I love that. I love stories where your character doesn't suffer from main character syndrome. I love that you're just another person, right? You're in this world where there are always going to be things that are more menaces because they're bigger than you. And I really like that. I also want to point out that when I was talking about what we might see at the developer direct for this game, I was totally right again with the background that we got on the psychology of this, focusing on the psychosis. And I absolutely love getting behind the scenes footage of, you know, the performers going around
Well, that was clever.
and doing the voices.
That's what happens when you're curious.
And I think that's really cool. So I have not played Hellblade, so I can't speak to the story of the first one and how it's going to continue into this one, but hopefully I can. Right now I'm working through a backlog of games, so you know, slowly get into it.
Yeah, to your point about liking the fact that she's vulnerable and human and not just like a superhero, one of the developers said during the presentation is they want the player to feel like they always just scrape through the battle. And
Right, let's go and see where this guy is.
Pretty clearly.
See if he knows more than I do.
Where'd you land with Hellblade after this?
No, we've already been there. We've done that.
Everything about this game.
I'm not even sure. God, I don't know, man.
Massive shout out again to the Xbox team for producing all of these kind of mini vid docs in these developer directs. I think they really do a great job of not only showcasing the game.
I don't blame them. I really don't know where to go
get a
right
really
now.
good glimpse of all the work it takes to make a game like Hellblade 2 really come together.
All I know is that there's another key
Everything
somewhere.
that Blue Lateral has done in terms of the performance capture
And
space,
according to the map, it says in here.
This game is the one game that you continue to get a chance to see how far we've come from a technology standpoint. And I think it
To be
really
honest, I
does
should really
have that
record
feather in
this,
the cap
but
for Xbox to be able to
well,
say,
I'm not up.
This game is pushing the boundaries of what we usually have seen technology-wise, and this is the thing that's going to be on our console, you know, day and date whenever it winds up dropping. So
Legit, I've been leveling up
with this, and I just need it.
all of this.
Well said. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Stella. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna point out. I see on our Slack that we've been
Damn
talking
it.
about this, and Senua's Saga Hellblade 2 will be
Don't know how I jumped there.
Digitals only sold at $49.99. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, that's awesome.
I wonder if that speaks to the. Go ahead,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I wonder if that speaks to what the developer talked about this being a shorter, kind of more tight experience, and I wonder if that's the pricing kind of model for that. So.
Well, they said lengthwise.
I'm a diet fan.
Lengthwise, it'll be similar to the first game. The response to it being digital only, I think, has been widely negative from the community. But honestly, I feel like that's the direction we're going. Unfortunate for those who prefer physical media, but I mean, I download most of my stuff these days, so the price point seems great. $49.99 is awesome, and if it's the same length as the original, I thought the original was perfect length. I don't need every game to be $100 long, you know.
Here.
Yeah, so sometimes just telling an amazing story, and they go into it further on Xbox Wire, how they really wanted to focus on crafting like the story, the narrative that they wanted to tell. I think that's great.
Yeah, it's news to me that you're.
I'm wondering if it's something to do.
The lack of a physical release, and
It's something to do with this.
I'm of the opinion that that's pretty unacceptable for a major first-party game. Like, it's one thing if one of your smaller downloadable games is digital only. I mean, we've been doing that since the 360 with Xbox Live Arcade. But for Hellblade 2, the first game officially ever announced for the Xbox Series consoles, that's been in development for a while, that's probably, from the looks of it so far, probably going to be the best looking Xbox game ever. Once it, how long it holds that belt, that title belt, will remain to be seen. But this is a stunning looking Unreal Engine 5 game with super high production value. For there to not be a physical release, I'm with the community 100% on that. That's just
Trying to find where this other key is, where it's supposed to be. I'm not even sure what stuff I haven't uncovered and what stuff I have, but I'm pretty sure I've covered all of this.
I can't say it any better than Khalif. Is just like, get that game in my hands right now. Like, I'm ready to go. May 21st, so that is coming up very soon.
Something.
I mean, that's just over 4 months away for Hellblade 2. So
it does. Ryan, sorry to interrupt. It does make me wonder if it gives any more credibility to the FTC leaked document where they talked about delightfully all digital in the future. If this is their first game that is going to go digital only, are we going to see more of that in coming titles? I hope not.
That's a fair point, Destin. I think it's an astute observation, and the fact of the matter is there are still millions of Xbox Series X's out there that have an optical drive.
My game froze.
There are people that either have a preference for a physical disc, or their bandwidth cap on their ISP is problematic, or their download speed
They're alright.
isn't great.
Don't know how they got bleeding.
That's tough. That is tough news to swallow on what is otherwise just an absolutely top-shelf, stunning-looking video game that it seems like it's going to be.
I'm trying to figure out.
Like, there's nothing about this. We'll
something
gotta
to do
play
with
it and
this?
see how the story is and see how the combat is, but everything about this game.
Don't know what it is, but there's something.
A-list right now.
Looks like I'm full up.
We got 10 minutes left. Let's talk a little bit about the surprise game, Visions of Mana. I will once again pull up my informal little Twitter poll here. Oh, by the way, I don't think I said for Hellblade 2. That one had the second highest positive response to these informal polls that I did. 58% of people that voted in that one said they loved it. Another 25% said seemed pretty good. Only 12% said it looked okay. 4.8% I didn't like what I saw. So, over 3/4 of poll respondents were super positive on Hellblade 2, and I'm certainly right there with them. Visions of Mana was on this little mini poll of mine. 34%, so 1/3 of people went with seemed pretty good. 26% saying they loved it. 28% it looked okay. 12% I didn't like what I saw. So a little more middle of the road on this one. Stella, I'll go to you first. We're kind of all talking about the art style specifically when it comes to Visions of Mana.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's
I
no
have
clear.
not played any games in this
Unfortunately,
franchise,
there's no
but
clear
I think it looks
direction,
really
and I
cute.
think
You
this
can
is. I
ride
think
the
my
little
playthrough is bugged.
Yorkshire Terrier looking animal.
I
It looks
might
really
have to
cute.
go through on my other one.
Yeah, I've not really been into games like this before, but I think it looks really great, and I think players who are a fan of the franchise will be really happy. It looks really great. Combat looks very snappy. And the gameplay that we saw looked really clean and crisp here. I mean, the art style really works really well with the shading and the way the combat flows. And all the little creatures are so cute. Like that turtle is wearing a helmet. And I genuinely don't think I could play this game because I can't beat up these cute little creatures. So yeah, they're really cute. And I don't think I could play it because I refuse to level up or progress the game by killing any of those little creatures.
Philippe Adams, Visions of Mana.
I mean, I was really just, transfixed with Ishii-san's jacket and look. the best trench coat in game dev by far. Just knocked it out of the park in terms of presentation. I'm with Stella on terms of like not really having had a lot of time with this series and this franchise at all. I mean, it was interesting to just see how many games they rifled off that are in the Mana series, and I was like, damn, there's a lot of mana. There's so much mana in this Mana. But it looks really pretty. I think this is going to be one of those games that, for those folks who are already kind of in tune with this series and have been a big part of it,
go that
or
way.
have had history with it, they're going to really be hyped for this. But it's going to be one of those things that I'd have to kind of just get hands on and play around with and see, and then kind of do the work to go back and see why people are so excited for this franchise and why people care so much. But it looks really gorgeous. It looks really pretty. And shout out to Ishii-san for looking so dope on the stream.
Popping the collar too. He had it all going on. Destin, Visions of Mana. What'd you think?
I was a little surprised to see a game that's multi-platform put into the developer direct where we're focusing on Xbox exclusives. Personally, Visions of Mana is coming to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox, of course, and basically everything. So I was a little surprised to see it there. And for people that are excited for games with this art style and this sort of vision, I'm really
I think
glad
this is
that Xbox
bugged.
has that offering for them. I remember when they were trying to get like Blue Dragon off the ground back in the 360 era, and it really feels like having their presence during this showcase shows, hey, look, we're really serious about Japanese developers collaborating with us. And I think that was the purpose of it.
Oh, wait, hold up.
We're BFFs with Square. Here's Visions of Mana. And this is part of the continued bridge building between Xbox and Square Enix that will hopefully result in Final Fantasy VII finally coming to the Xbox platform.
That has to be something to do with
right
that.
After Final Fantasy XIV starts its open beta, basically February, I believe, is what they said. So
yeah, I think you've summed it up pretty well. I'm in total agreement. I think this was
Maybe they
this
know
was a relationship play, right? Like they are saying to Square,
where we need to go.
Like, we really value you. We want you on our platform. Look, we're gonna put you in our developer direct as the hidden Easter
Maybe
egg
there's
surprise.
something that I missed, and I don't know.
And I do think, just to be clear, before I say what I'm about to say.
By the way, I'm still reacting to this. I just don't know. I just don't know what to say about what it.
How it's almost kind of a cartoon, like an anime come to life.
I'm gonna be honest. One thing that I will say is that Hellblade 2. One thing that is interesting is the fact that the composer was talking about spatial audio.
If Xbox
Audio is
reveal this game, even with
3D.
I think this would have hit a lot harder.
We all know that audio is literally 3D.
Given that we had just seen it, it was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, it was nice to see it included.
Don't get
but
actually stupid.
I don't think there was really a lot of surprise and delight, despite the fact that it was a surprise entry in this presentation. Still nice to see it. Don't get me wrong. Happy that it's there, but and like you said, Destin, if putting it in there helps get more Square Enix games onto the Xbox platform, particularly in a day and date manner, as this game is going to be released, then sure, I'm all for it. No problem. Let's do it. All right, we've got about 4 minutes left for some closing thoughts. I know there's one game we haven't covered. I think it's just candidly not really any of our cups of teas, respectively. That is,
I'll check it out.
Aura
Yeah, I
History
wanna play
Untold.
it.
Go ahead, Destin.
I want to play.
Well, I mean, you're right. Aura History Untold. It's like I don't even know what genre it is.
It's a 4X strategy game.
Yeah, 4X strategy game. I'm intrigued by it, but I don't know enough about that type of game. So
okay,
I'm glad it's there for. Like
maybe
I said,
they
it's all
know.
about,
Maybe
like,
they know more
hitting
than I
all
do.
the boxes, right?
So I'm probably just gonna
they
follow
have
them.
Visions of Mana that they showcase for the relationship play. They have Hellblade 2.
But I'm pretty
for,
sure I've
really,
been
really
everywhere.
focused storytelling. Indiana Jones is their big game that they're going to be tentpole. Yeah, and Aura is sort of filling a niche in the Xbox portfolio. I think it's smart to have it as part of this conference, but I'm not the expert to talk about Aura.
Well, so we got about 3 minutes here. That's perfect amount of time. Closing thoughts. Your thoughts on the developer direct overall. Maybe if you want to give it a grade, go for
still
it.
saying that.
I'll give you the first word here.
I give it an A. It was a fantastic showcase. I think they did exactly what they would hope to do with one of these kinds of showings, and I think they really gave the Xbox fandom and fan base a really good look at this upcoming year and what's going to be dropping.
Stella?
I would need more time to think about a grade, but I think they did what they showed us what they said they were going to show us, right? No surprises. They described what they
She
were
has an
doing.
interesting ability. I do have to admit
They
that.
delivered it, and I think they were able to tide everyone's expectations over with the different games that they were looking forward to. Obviously, we got more in-depth gameplay looks at Indie, or the first real look, really, and then Senua's next journey, and Aura really
Use
went into
checkpoint
depth
to rebut.
on their development as well. So yeah, we got exactly what they said they would give us.
Justin?
They showed a little bit of everything for all the different genres, really. So
Run.
from a business perspective, I'll give it an A, and Indie
I'm on my
was
way.
a huge hit for me.
I have to go the other way.
That game definitely gets an A. But from a Destin perspective, like, I'm only hyped about some of the games, so B for Destin. But in terms of what they're trying to do, I get what they're going for.
Yeah, I'm an A as well, and that is mostly indie. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, but Hellblade, I got what I wanted,
Ow.
which was that release date.
Mm-hmm.
I knew going in that Aura wasn't really my jam, and that's okay. Avowed looked solid. I guess if I were to say anything, I wouldn't say it disappointed me. It just didn't. I wanted to be more impressed, and it looked good. It just didn't. It wasn't like, whoa, that's Avowed, cool. So I'm not quite there where I.
Oh yeah, I've been
in
in before.
hoping to be with Avowed yet, but we got plenty of time. But yeah, the indie just like over-indexed big time for me. And I think they knew it. I think Microsoft knew it. There's a reason it was last. I mean, I think we all would have predicted that it would be the last thing shown in this, and it was. But I think they knew that indie was freaking awesome, and it was. And they gave it the most amount of time, and they showed a decent bit of it, and that Indiana Jones 100% delivered. I think that's the common sentiment out there. That's certainly how I feel. So this is now 2 developer directs, each of the last 2 Januaries. Hopefully this is now going to be a regular thing. I mean, with so many studios in the portfolio now, particularly when you roll in Activision Blizzard, along with Bethesda, there's every reason to believe that Microsoft will have enough to keep doing these and not have them feel forced.
I've done this one before.
So hopefully this is the second in what is now going to be a tradition. And I say bravo, Microsoft. You did good today. Xbox fans, lot to like. Good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Check us out every week on Podcast Unlocked. We are IGN's weekly Xbox show. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/IGN Games or on any of your favorite podcast services. Thanks for joining us live this week, and we'll see you next time.
Oh. He's slow anyway. Wait, is that it? No. No, what is... No, that can't be it. Is that it? But yo, Eternal, man. Just... Oh my god, I didn't even know about this. That's... I did... Okay. Okay, I've got to follow her. Alright, guys. That's... It seems... Alright, next checkpoint. I'm probably going to call it there because I'm like really tired. But I'm going to wait and see what this is all about. So I'm guessing something's going to be here. Oh, I think I understand it now. Galvanized resupply band. Okay. So I'm guessing it will go up again, and then one will pop down here, and then another one will pop down here. Oh. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, do we have to set it again?
No room for that.
That ability is sick. This game is actually really good, by the way. Hey Orchid, how's it going? Hope all is well. We were just watching the Xbox showcase. I'm a bit disappointed. Avowed was alright. As someone said, it was a bit stiff. I'm not too sure. Obsidian is good, but it's one of those. It depends on what Obsidian turns up in that game, man. I don't know. Most people are looking forward to the Indiana Jones. I don't care about Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is alright. Yeah, just not my cup of tea. But yeah, it's. I'm gonna be honest. That's the only reason why I was actually streaming at this point. What? Now. No, get up, get up, get up. I'm just following this person around at the minute.
I should head back to the ward and see if Wallace knows what this is.
Oh. I knew that was coming. Don't! He's throwing up all over my body, man. No, get out! Get out! No! We all died. Alright. You know what, actually? I need to swap my guns out. Okay, I don't know what that does. I'm completely clueless on this game, I ain't even gonna lie. I know I've recorded a few parts for this game, but I'm no longer gonna post them because it makes no sense now. Because honestly, like, my playthrough I don't know, it was bugged for a while. It was either that or I just didn't know what I was doing, so. Not gonna lie though, this game is pretty good. But yeah, I'm probably gonna keep some of the videos in a loop. Like Fallout New Vegas, Cyberpunk, Dragon's Dogma. I've recorded quite a lot of Nier Automata. Yeah, this is like this is Souls-like, but I think this is more like this is really suited to co-op. Really suited to co-op. That is an OP skill, you know that. I'm a dumbass.
Still bleeding.
He's a level 3. This one's a level 10. But yeah. You know what, guys? You know what? I'm probably gonna leave it there. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this stream, make sure to like, consider subscribing if you are new, and feel free to join the Discord. Discord link is in the description below, and don't forget the Discord is also pops up in the chat as well. Feel free to join the link. Join the Discord. Sorry. I'll be streaming tomorrow, usual time. Tomorrow, since I've already done Fallout New Vegas, I might actually do you know what? I might actually play Fallout New Vegas anyway tomorrow, and try and level up a bit more. I'm actually looking forward to getting Cass as our companion. But yeah, thank you for tuning into the stream anyway, Orchid. But yeah, if you want to watch the Xbox showcase, I was going to do the Elder Scrolls Online one, but I was just like, nah, I can't be bothered. It's a bit meh. But yeah, I'll leave it there. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow about usual time. But yeah, peace out, have fun, and enjoy the rest of your night or day, whatever it is for you, or enjoy your rest, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Take care.